Hello students, in this video we shall discuss about events in sexual reproduction from the lesson Reproduction in Organisms. The fusion of male and female gametes is termed as sexual reproduction. All sexually reproducing organisms follow a trend of events. Events in sexual reproduction include pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. Under pre-fertilization, we have gametogenesis and gamete transfer, and fertilization syngamy, that is the diploid zygote, and post-fertilization includes zygote and embryogenesis. What are pre-fertilization events, children? All the phenomena just before the fusion of gametes include under pre-fertilization events. The two main pre-fertilization events are gametogenesis and gamete transfer. What is gametogenesis? The term gametogenesis is a combination of two words, gamete and genesis. In biology, genesis term is used to mean formation. So gametogenesis means formation of gametes. Gametogenesis refers to the process of formation of male and female gametes. There are two types of gametogenesis, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. The process of the development of male germ cells into spermatozoa is called spermatogenesis. The process of the development of female germ cells into spermatozoa is called as oogenesis. Gametes are haploid cells. In some algae, the two gametes are so similar in appearance that it is not possible to categorize them into male and female gametes. They are hence called homogametes or isogametes. In majority of sexually reproducing organisms, the gametes produced are of two morphologically distinct types, heterogametes or anisogametes. In such organisms, the male gamete is called the antherozoid or sperm and the female gamete is called the egg or ovum. Plants may have both male and female reproductive structures in the same plant we call bisexual, or on different plants called unisexual. In several fungi and plants, homothallic and monoecious are used to denote the bisexual condition, and heterothallic and dioecious are used to describe unisexual condition. Several organisms belonging to Monera, fungi, algae and bryophytes have haploid plant body, but organisms belonging to pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms and most of the animals, including human beings, the parental body is diploid. It is obvious that meiosis, the reduction division, has to occur if a diploid body has to produce haploid gametes. In diploid organisms, specialized cells called meiocytes, gamete mother cell, undergo meiosis. At the end of meiosis, only one set of chromosomes gets incorporated into each gamete. For example, if you see some of the organisms like onion, the chromosome number in gametes is 16 and the meiocytes are 32, and in potato it is 24 and the meiocytes are 48, and in butterfly the chromosome number is 190 and the meiocytes are 380. Fruit fly, the chromosome number is 4 and the meiocytes are 2n, that is 8. The next is gamete transfer. In seed plants, pollen grains are the carriers of male gametes and ovule as the egg. Pollen grains produced in anthers have to be transferred to the stigma before it can lead to fertilization. In bisexual self-fertilizing plants, example peas, transfer of pollen grains to the stigma is relatively easy as anthers and stigma are located close to each other. Pollen grains soon after they are shed come in contact with the stigma. But in cross-pollinating plants, including dioecious plants, pollination facilitates transfer of pollen grains to the stigma. Pollen grains germinate on the stigma and the pollen tubes carrying the male gametes reach the ovule and discharge male gametes near the egg. The next is fertilization. The process of fusion of the gametes is called syngamy or fertilization, which results in the formation of diploid zygote. The term fertilization is also often used for this process. In some organisms like rotifers, honeybees and even some lizards and birds, the female gamete undergoes development to form new organisms without fertilization. This phenomenon is called parthenogenesis. What is parthenogenesis, children? It's a modification of sexual reproduction in which an egg develops into a complete offspring without fertilization. It is monoparental. Parthenogenesis was discovered by Bonnet in the year 1745. There are two types of fertilization: external or exogamy, internal or endogamy fertilization. In most aquatic organisms, such as a majority of algae and fishes, as well as amphibians, syngamy occurs in the external medium, water, that is outside the body of the organism. This type of gametic fusion is called external fertilization. In many terrestrial organisms belonging to fungi, higher animals such as reptiles, birds, mammals, and in majority of plants, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms, syngamy occurs inside the body of the organism. Hence, the process is called internal fertilization. Now we shall discuss about post-fertilization events. Events in sexual reproduction after the formation of zygote are called post-fertilization events. In organisms belonging to fungi and algae, zygote develops a thick wall that is resistant to desiccation and damage. It undergoes a period of rest before germination. There are two types of post-fertilization events: zygote formation and embryogenesis. What is zygote formation? In organisms with haplontic life cycle, zygote divides by meiosis to form haploid spores that grow into haploid individuals. Every sexually reproducing organism, including human beings, begin life as a single cell, the zygote. What is embryogenesis? Embryogenesis refers to the process of development of embryo from the zygote. During embryogenesis, zygote undergoes cell division, that is mitosis, and cell differentiation. While cell divisions increase the number of cells in the developing embryo, cell differentiation helps groups of cells to undergo certain modifications to form specialized tissues and organs to form an organism. Based on the development of zygote, the animals are classified into three types: oviparous, viviparous, ovoviviparous animals. What are oviparous animals? In oviparous animals like reptiles and birds, the fertilized eggs covered by hard calcareous shell are laid in a safe place in the environment. After a period of incubation, young ones hatch out. What are viviparous animals? In viviparous animals, majority of mammals, including human beings, the zygote develops into a young one inside the body of the female organism. After attaining a certain stage of growth, the young ones are delivered out of the body of the female organism. Because of proper embryonic care and protection, the chances of survival of young ones is greater in viviparous organisms. What are ovoviviparous animals? The embryo develops within the uterus and is nourished by the egg yolk. And these animals keep their eggs inside the body until the embryo fully develops and hatches. Now we shall discuss about the post-fertilization changes in flower. In flowering plants, the zygote is formed inside the ovule. After fertilization, the sepals, petals, and the stamens of the flower wither and fall off. The pistil, however, remains attached to the plant. The zygote develops into the embryo and the ovules develop into the seed. The ovary develops into the fruit, which develops a thick wall called pericarp that is a protective in function. After dispersal, the seeds germinate under favorable conditions to produce new plants. Clear children, I hope you have understood the concept regarding to the events in sexual reproduction. See you in the next video. Thank you.